Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Think Different TV. I am your host, Lashia, and I am super excited for this episode. It is my fifth episode, so I'm super excited. Yo, I had an amazing time last week in Atlanta, and honestly, I didn't want to come back, but it was crazy because I come home and it's like this crazy snowstorm and everything is just like crazy right now. Snow is everywhere. I love the snow, but oh my goodness, I am so glad to be back in Philly, however, because this is my home and this is where I love to be. And I love to be here with you guys tonight, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Think Different TV. What's up? What's up? And again, I'm going to say I am your host, Lashia. And I know that this show would not be possible without my sponsors, so I'm going to shout out my sponsors real quick. One is Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company. They have 14 years experience. They have over 100 websites created. Listen, you want to get your project started, get it started today, okay? Call my man Phil at 609-534-0237. All right. And when you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off of your project. So just make sure you hit him up, get it started today. If you need a website, if you need a flyer made for an event, he is amazing. Go check him out at Anointed Ads right here on IG. You can follow him on Instagram. You can like him on Facebook. He even has his own website, www.anointedads.com. Go and hit him up. Say you want to get your project started and just go check out his work because he's amazing. Another sponsor, I'm super excited about this one, Euphoria Water. Okay, so I just got my sweatshirt today, my hoodie. I'm so excited. Look at that, look how pretty it is. This is my favorite color, green. Okay, and Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Okay, alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, none of that extra stuff, no additives. It's straight up and down the healthiest, cleanest water in Philly. If you're ready to place your order, go ahead and go to Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER right here on IG. Man, he just stopped by, gave me my hoodie, gave me some water. I'm stocked up, y'all. I am stocked up. I got so much water here. There's no reason why I can't be hydrated the right way if I got the water here, okay? Perfect. So that's my other sponsor. And my last sponsor is All Money Shots. He also runs a campaign called Shoot Cameras, Not Guns. An amazing campaign that was just featured on the news. So that's a big deal, right? Because guess what? They are showing that he is doing something positive in the community. He is getting kids off the streets. He is affording them the opportunity to come in and learn a skill and getting them off the streets, because that's the main thing. There's a lot of violence out here, a lot of gun violence, and a lot of time that is a result of just boredom. Is a result of boredom because they don't have anything to do. So the first thing that they pick up is something destructive. And we want to eliminate that. And that's what he's doing. He's going out of his way to make sure that he's running these classes for these kids and getting them off the streets so that they can learn a skill. It's an amazing thing. I'm so honored to have him as one of my sponsors because he's an amazing videographer, photographer. He even does virtual photo shoots. What? So you don't even have to be in the same room as him, and he could do an awesome photo shoot. Amazing. So I have a heck of a show for you guys tonight. That was my sponsors. I love my sponsors. Also, thank you so much for joining in. I see that Ms. Brown is in the building. He is my independent artist spotlight for tonight. Yes. We also have Prince Q Rag. I hope I'm saying it right. Hope I'm saying it right. Don't charge it to my head, not my heart. I have Prime Nostalgia Podcast in the building tonight. Also got Young and Gifted 24. He has a book. Go check him out. I have so many people on right now, and I just want to get this show started. So, here we go. So, my topic for tonight is Millennials versus Gen Z. Okay, so I am a millennial, apparently, according to the chart. The chart says that millennials are between 1981 and 1996, and Gen Z is from 1997 to 2012. And it's funny because I was looking into the generations, and I saw that from 2013 to like 2025, that's Generation Alpha. So apparently my son is part of Generation Alpha. So let me close this door. So I was like, wow, I didn't know that it was so many generations. You got the lost generation, you got the silent generation, you got all these different generations. It's crazy. So, millennials versus Gen Zs in 3 different areas, okay? Music, making money, and emotional intelligence. All right. So, first off, music. So, we can argue, and I would like to personally say that our music was better. But the thing about it is that as much as I love our music, I know that our music was also a result of being recycled as well. We have sampled from other artists from the past and stuff like that. But I feel like we were more creative with it, okay? I feel like even though we remade a song or we used a sample of a song, we created a whole nother different thing that is, I don't know how to explain it. It's just better. It just sounds so good when you, and it's more of a creative process when it comes to writing. Millennials, we had music from Busta Rhymes, from all these different people, and y'all won't hear me mention Busta Rhymes because like my favorite rapper. But here's the thing, Gen Z, how can I explain it? Their music is a little bit more sexual. And even though they reuse a lot of, like they use samples and they use other things, there's nothing really creative about it because it's just like so sexual. It's so sexual. I'm like, is it just me that's noticing this? Like, cause I feel like every time I turn on the dag on, Gen X got that originality. Oh, that's because you from Gen X. Okay. We're talking about millennials. I think that's Generation Y. And Gen X, y'all had some good music, y'all, but they said that Gen X is from 65 to 1980. So I don't know. It's just all over the place as far as the timeline is concerned. But I feel like when it comes to music, today's music is just so much vulgarity. It's so much cussing and just sex. And I know we had some sexual songs too. Don't get me wrong. We had a lot of sexual songs too. Like I think I came up with Luke and all of them. And I get it. But it wasn't played so much on the radio. And now that we have social media and we have people making reels with these songs, like just an example, the artist that used, and I don't even know the person's name, but the artist that used "Meeting in My Bedroom," that song, and then they said, "Come here, bring that here, come here, bring that here." Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so crazy because it's like it's used for reals, and then like kids are going and they scrolling, they going through, and they like, oh my gosh, like oh look at this reel, it's so funny, and it is using a song that's so vulgar. You're like, yo, like why are you even watching this? Why are you listening to this? Like And it takes a while because the clip is so short, it takes a while for a parent to realize what exactly their child is listening to. So we have to constantly keep an eye on what they're listening to, what they're being exposed to. Even on something that's supposed to be a social media platform and all of these things, it's just like Gen Z is exposed to so much sexual innuendos, and not even innuendos, like they just throwing it out there, like it's not even sugar coated or nothing. It's not even like, oh dang, like Rain from SWV. It was written so well that you didn't even know that y'all, if y'all know the real meaning behind Rain, y'all get what I'm saying. You know, Rain was a little, you know, they was a little tame with it, but we know what they was talking about, right? Now it's just like release on my face and all this stuff. It is like, oh my gosh, like Gen Z, please, please, please. But hey, that's their music. You know, I'm sure that generations before us was like, what kind of crap are y'all listening to? Because this is real music, or it's always going to be that type of situation. But I just think that like now it's just gotten too crazy. We need to take somebody and scale it back. We need to get back to love songs. We need to get back to like even the song Hours and Hours, like it's showing love to her significant other, but it's still very sexual. It's very sexual. Like, remember Cater to You by Destiny's Child? Remember Cater to You? Like, that was a very like, hey, I love my man, I want to cater to my man, you know, I want to make him feel good. But it wasn't really sexual. It was like, let me run your bubble bath, let me rub your shoulders, let me, you know, stuff like that. It wasn't like, let me pull out your thing and all that stuff. So it's crazy. Gen X had to buy that music from a whole nother section of the record store. Exactly. It was like, and I'll be honest, like I remember a time when between certain hours on the radio, you could have something playing, you could have like the good music playing, the radio edit, the clean music, and then after a certain hour they played all the raunchy stuff, the stuff that had the cuss words, stuff like that. It was a time when it was like a good balance, and it was actually a designated time. But now it's just, it don't matter, and with social media, it's making it even easier for these kids to have access to this stuff. And I'ma just say it's crazy. So that's the one area. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think millennials have it when it comes to music, or do you think that Gen Z has it when it comes to music? And don't just vote for your group because it's your group, but like really think about it. Like, do we wish we were as forward as we could have been in our music to talk about what we wanted to talk about? Who knows? You know, like what are y'all thoughts behind it? All right, so the next area that I want to jump into is making money. Okay, this is where I think the Gen Zs have it. I'm not even gonna lie. I think the Gen Zs have it simply because they're not stuck in their ways, and they know that there is an alternative to going to school, getting a degree, and ending up in a job for 50 years just to end up with $20,000 as a pension. You get what I'm saying? Where they have it in making money, like millennials, I believe, was the last generation to be taught, go to school, get an education, get a good, you know, go to college, get a degree, get a good job, you know, all that stuff. I think we were the last generation that actually be taught that, because this generation, they're on a whole nother level. They're like, I'm not going to college. I don't even care if my parents like sit there and disown me, because I know that I don't want to end up with a whole bunch of student loans, and I know I don't want to end up working just to pay those loans off, and I know that I can create my own business. Like, this is the time where people can definitely start their own business. They can sell t-shirts. They can sell lip gloss. They can sell jewelry. They can have their own business that you don't need to necessarily go to school and get a degree and end up doing it. Now, we still do need people in those positions. We need doctors. We need all of these people. But people that want to do it, are the ones that are actually going to school for it and spending the money to go and do it. They are able to sit up there and say, you know what, because I care about people so much and I want to be a doctor, I'm going to go to school for this. It's not like a forced thing. So I think when it comes to, maybe we'll get more compassionate doctors out of this. We'll get more compassionate nurses. We'll get more compassionate, like, people in those fields, because they know that they went into it because they wanted to, not necessarily because they had to or they felt forced. Gen Z's, I'm gonna say it, y'all got so much on your side. Leah V Brown, this is sort of true. It's because y'all have technology on your side. Exactly, they have so much at their disposal. They can work from home. They don't have to necessarily go to an actual site to work. And while they're working from home, they can be doing their own thing and selling their own stuff on the side. And I don't mean anything illegal. They can make clothes. They can take up a trade. I think the one thing that I was upset about is that nobody told me that you could take a trade. You don't necessarily have to go to college. I went to a college preparatory school, and I love Girls High, but they was a college preparatory school. Everything that they talked about eventually ended up, you have to go to college. You have to apply for college. You have to apply for that next level in your education. And nobody said, it's okay if you don't want to go to college. You can take up a trade. You can do this. You can do that. When we had career day, it was a lot of people that came through that was their careers you had to go to college for. So it wasn't like, oh, they could just show up and say, oh, well, you could just go to school for like a few months and then you could get. No, we didn't have none of those type of careers coming to talk to us. And I felt like that when I became a massage therapist and I saw how much money I can make having a license versus having a degree, I was like, oh my gosh, like my eyes were open. And I'm not gonna say it was too late. I'm just saying that now Gen Z is coming in with that mindset already, that they don't have to do all of that. Let me read this comment real quick. B&A Island says, it's just realizing if you pick up a trade, you can start your own business. You go to a 4-year college, you are trained to work for someone else. Exactly. And when you are trained to work for someone else, it's really hard to get out of that rhythm. A lot of millennials are used to getting that paycheck every 2 weeks or every week, and they're used to that regular form of payment. And guess what? Gen Zs are like, listen, I saw my mom struggle. She worked at this job for years and years and years. They didn't care about her. They see it and they know that that's not something that they want. So they go out and they create their own businesses. And they are fearless when it comes to that. So I give it up to Gen Z for that. Y'all got that. I wish I had that type of know-how when I was coming up. It was there, but it wasn't too prevalent. You were looked at as weird if you wanted to go and do your own thing. If you wanted to start your own business, everybody looked at you like, why you want to do that? Why you want to do that? It was all this downplay. But now you have so many people uplifting people. They want to go out and start their own businesses, small businesses, black-owned businesses. Like it's so much more supportive now than it was back then. Then I'm going to roll over into this next section, which is emotional intelligence. Before I jump into that, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the Gen Zs have it when it comes to this? Or do you think millennials still have it when it comes to making money? Do you think that millennials are more reasonable when it comes to, okay, we got that steady paycheck coming in, we know where our money is coming from. It'll be kind of foolish to just give it all up to start a business off the rip. Or do you think Gen Zs have it and you admire their fearlessness? What do y'all think? Now we're going to jump into emotional intelligence. Let me tell you, Our generation was told, man up. Our generation was told, men don't cry. Our generation was told, if you have any type of emotion as a man, you are feminine. Women were taught to be not necessarily submissive, but to be to keep their mouth shut about certain things. We were the last generation to be kind of taught that, right? But we were the generation that started that movement. Also, a little bit, well, with between Gen X and millennials, we worked that movement where women can speak up for themselves. Not necessarily feminism, but speak up for themselves when things aren't going right. When somebody is talking crap to you, you're not just gonna take it. And this, and also in our, I think we were the last generation to not really pay attention to mental health like that. Unfortunately, a lot of times when people were depressed, or we were just told, get over it. So somebody out there has it much worse than you. What are you complaining for? Why do you feel that way? Instead of really in therapy, don't even mention therapy to millennials, because they be like, what I need therapy for? I don't need no therapy. You trying to say I'm crazy? Very last generation to do that. Listen, Gen Z takes it from me on this one. It's a little bit more, it's higher emotional intelligence, and it's higher awareness of mental health. Also, they are really great at noticing that depression is a thing and bringing awareness to it, and not shaming people for having those feelings. A guy is crying, they're not like, oh, man up, this, that, and that. They're like, I sympathize. What is the problem? Why? You know what I mean? Sometimes we get those memes, them crying memes, Michael Jordan, Tyrese, Kanye West. We get all those different memes about when men would cry and stuff like that. But I think, honestly, Gen Z takes it on this one. They have a higher emotional intelligence, and we may see it as, oh, they're softer. They're just soft, and they don't know how to take rejection, and they don't know how to do this and do that. But I think, honestly, when it comes to noticing stuff like depression and mental health, and even with my son having autism, I love the fact that now he's able to get more help for him being on the spectrum. Because back then they didn't have many programs available for kids that were on the spectrum. They just said, oh, he's touched, we'll just put him in a class with the rest of the kids. I remember I was in middle school, we had a class for the mentally gifted, the learning disabled. We had a class for them, and it's like they just put all the different learning disabilities in one class, like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism. We didn't even know what autism was at the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. They lumped all these kids, dyslexic, all these kids in one class, and they didn't get individual teachings, and they didn't know, and they figured they all have learning disabilities, so just lump them all in one class. Whereas now they're starting to identify the different learning disabilities, and they're putting them with the other people that have those learning disabilities, and they're working towards possibly giving them a structured learning curve, so that they can learn and be right in this, well, not in the same boat, but have the same type of advantage, I want to say, or the same type of advantage as kids that are not learning disabled. So that's what I love about Gen Z. Okay, Gen Z is working towards that. they're working towards making sure that people aren't left behind because of their learning disabilities. Depression is not laughed at, is not told to somebody just to get over it, because there's a lot of things going on. Like Miss USA, I believe, just committed suicide, 30 years old. Come on now. Like, these things are bringing more awareness. Robin Williams. These things are bringing more awareness to this. And guess what? It's not laughed at. It's not talked about behind somebody's back. This generation gets it. They say we need to find these people help. And that's what I love about this generation. Okay, so what do y'all think when it comes to emotional intelligence? Do y'all think that millennials have it, or do you think Gen Zs have it? Do you think that we need to still have that man up mentality, but in certain situations, and really realize when people have a certain issue that we should address it? What do y'all think? Do the Gen Zs take it? Do the millennials take it in music, making money, and emotional intelligence? Y'all let me know. Give me feedback. Yay! So with that, it's going to take me into my sponsors. My sponsors are Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. This guy is amazing. His name is Phil, and he is, like, when I tell you, when I needed a flyer for my show, he said, I got you. And he created the most amazing flyer for my show. His website designs are off the chain. He has a website of his own called www.anointedads.com. You can go right on there and check him out. He's right here on IG, Anointed Ads on IG, and Anointed Ads on Facebook. So if you want to like his page on Facebook, you surely can. That's ANOINTEDADS, Anointed Ads here on IG. Please check them out. If you're ready to get your project started, call them at 609-534-0237. And when you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off. Amazing. Another sponsor that we have is Euphoria Water. And I got my hoodie. Yeah, I got my hoodie. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. All right. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. It is super good. And honestly, my throat been scratching the whole time, so I'm gonna take a sip. Oh, it's so good. Euphoria Water. Y'all gotta get y'all's, okay? Get y'all's today. Y'all ready to put in that order? Go right to Euphoria Water right here on IG. Check it out. Put in your order today. Get that clean water and hydrate the right way. What are you waiting for? Especially you people that go out and work out. Don't be just drinking any old water and putting it into your system. Get some Euphoria Water, okay? Don't be afraid. He's very nice. Go ahead and put in your order, okay? And the last sponsor that I have is All Money Shots. He's running a campaign called Shoot Cameras, Not Guns. He's an amazing videographer, photographer. He does virtual photo shoots. And Shoot Cameras, Not Guns is an amazing campaign that he's running so that we can get these kids off the streets and doing something that is more productive and teaching them something, a trade of some sort that they can use when they go out in the world, okay? I mean, everywhere we go, we're going to need photographers. We need photographers for weddings. Artists are going to need photographers for when they do their photo shoots for their CDs. Well, CDs, I'm so old. But for their websites and everything like that, everything, they're going to need that. So why not hit up All Money Shots today, okay? And you can also check out his other page, Shoot Cameras, Not Guns, CMP. That is strictly for his campaign that he's running to, like I said, get the kids off the streets and get them into a class, learning a skill, which is photography, videography. Amazing. All right. And that's our sponsors. So with that, it's going to take us into our our independent artist spotlight, and I feel like I'm running behind a little bit, but that's because I'm so excited. This is the 5th episode, so listen, things are going to happen, guys, and I feel like I said 30 minutes when I first started the show, but it will lengthen. It will get longer. The time will get longer because I can't just spend 5 minutes talking about this guy. I can't spend just 5 minutes talking about this guy. First of all, V Brown. Let me adjust myself in my seat. So, a little bit of a backstory. So, I am part of a musical called Awoke the Musical. All right? Awoke the Musical is an amazing musical about the injustices in the justice system. Okay? And when I tell you V Brown, when I met this guy, first of all, he's so I want to say he's shy, because it's like I'm a very like hey. He was just like, okay guys, let's get started. Listen, he co-wrote a lot of the music for the musical. Okay, the musical is written by Karen Smith. She also plays percussion, drums. She's amazing. He worked alongside with Alan Clark, also known as Brother Train, that I know from back in the day when I first started singing. And like singing out and about and in open mics and stuff like that. But V Brown, like when I met him, I was just like, oh, he is so sweet. Like, he's just so nice. But he's about his business, y'all. Like, when he want to get something done, he gonna get something done. And let's just talk about his songwriting ability. He can write a song, y'all. Like, the music on the musical, let me tell you, some of that stuff bring you to tears, okay? Because the subject matter and also just how beautifully it's written. And also he really, I like the fact that he can step back and let other people kind of like take the spotlight. But guess what? We gonna spotlight you today, honey. You're not gonna be able to stand in the background and just be like, oh, thank you. No, you better accept these flowers, honey, because you are just so amazing. Like, even he played the father in he plays the father. I gotta say plays because we still are working on a musical that is going to be soon to be released and everything like that. But he plays the father on there. He has an amazing singer voice. Like, this guy. And when you walk down the street, you would never know, because he's just so humble. That's what I want to say. He's very humble. He's not out there like, I'm the stuff and this, that, and the third. But I will tell you this. When he did this album, he made sure that y'all know that he did this album, okay? And he just did a video, released a video December 31st of last year for his song Somebody Else, all right? And it's on YouTube, so go ahead and check him out. Y'all want to check him out, go to V Brown Actor Singer right here on IG. He is in the chat, okay? Go ahead and check him out. He has a link tree. You can go and you can check him out on Spotify, iTunes. It's available everywhere, okay? And without further ado, because I want to play the song, but it's like I can't tell you enough about this guy. When I tell you this guy is so nice and sweet, he really makes the process of, like, it was my first musical, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared, like, am I gonna be able to deliver? Am I gonna be able to, you know, give the audience what they need? Because even though I'm a singer, I've never been in a role and, you know, did a musical. But he's just like one of those people that if you feel like you're not sure, and, you know, you get so much encouragement from him. And I love you for that, V Brown. So I'm going to play your new song, Somebody Else, because I love this song, and I know you guys will love it too. And guess what, y'all? I love my controller all the way over there. I left my controller all the way over to you. I'm crazy. But here it goes. Somebody else.
we grown apart. Nothing to the point, we can't be fixed. We don't get along no more. You don't even care no more. Don't even take the time, don't even spend the night. We just rushing it over with. Feels like I mean nothing. When I used to be everything. Now I can't see the face. We in second place. All I really need is your embrace. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. But all I need is you. All I need is you. But all I need is you. All I need is you. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. I just wanna know what's up with you. I've been trying hard to find it too. Like why you always blue? What else can I do? I'm feeling over backwards just for you. Why you gotta smile no more? Don't put your head down no more. No more sexy clothes. The answer's always no. You think I'm out here playing with these hoes? You got me thinking I should leave. You got me thinking I should cheat. She wanna play this games. Something ain't the same. I don't know who's the one to blame. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. But all I need is you. All I need is you. But all I need is you. All I need is you. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Yeah. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. But all I want is you. 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 You gon' make me love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. But all I want is you.
What? You gonna make me love somebody else, but all I want is you? How many of y'all have been in that situation where somebody just keep messing up? And listen, you be like, you gonna make me love somebody else, but I want you, honey. I want you. I want just you. Oh my goodness. B Brown, actor, singer, right here on IG. Please go and follow him like right now. His comment is pinned. He said that he owns the rights to the song. He gives the host permission to play this, and I will play it as many times as I possibly can on my show. Cause I love this song. I love the content. I love the groove of it. I love the production. He has a video out, guys, right on YouTube. Go and follow him or subscribe to his page on YouTube. It is v.brown. Go ahead and subscribe to him on YouTube. Follow him on. Listen, don't waste any time, y'all. He's right in the comments right now. You're welcome, honey. Go ahead and follow him. Okay, show him some love. Give him flowers. He has so many other cuts on this album, and you know it's gonna be a good album when they're on the cover like this, like laying there like this, or got their hand behind the head like this. You know it's gonna be fire, honey. So yes, go and check him out. Show him some love. Get that album, okay? And with that, cause I gotta calm myself down because I'm so hyped right now. And it's kind of hard to calm myself down because I gotta be hyped for my sponsors. Because my sponsors, without my sponsors, I wouldn't even have this show. So I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. One being Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company. All right, 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. He's ready to get your website created today. All right, artists, if you sell food, if you whatever you need your website for, please, please, please contact this guy. His name is Phil. His number is 609-234, I'm sorry, 534, my bad, 534-0237, because I'm thinking about the last part. So again, it's 609-534-0237. Please hit him up. When you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off of your project. What? You gotta do that. You gotta do that. All right. Follow him on IG. That's Anointed Ads. That's ANOINTEDADS. Please go follow him on IG. Like him on Facebook. You can check out his work on his website, www.anointedads.com. The other sponsor that we have is Euphoria Water. I can't wait to wear my hoodie. Yes. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. It is, celebrities and athletes love it. I know because I am a celebrity. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is healthy for you. It is good for you. It hydrates you the right way. Okay? Let me turn this so y'all can see the label. Taste the water. Taste the water. So good. It's so good. It's so good. Listen, y'all gotta get some Euphoria Water. Go right on IG. Make your order today. Place your order today. Not tomorrow. Today. And then we have All Money Shots. Shoot cameras, not guns. CMP. This man is amazing. He does videography, photography. He does virtual photo shoots. He's amazing at what he does. He's been doing it for years. When I say years, like over 10 years. So y'all need to go and holler at him. Y'all want to get y'all video done, y'all photo shoot done. Y'all want to get it done and y'all don't have to be in the same room. He does photo shoots virtually. Amazing. And he's also running a campaign right now that was just recently. If y'all want to, y'all can go on my page. I actually posted a clip of his campaign that was shown on the news segment. So it was just featured in the news. He is giving kids a chance to learn a trade and also keeping them off the streets. Because if you don't know, Philly, love Philly so much, but Philly is also known for a lot of gun violence, and we want to keep these kids off the streets because a lot of that gun violence comes out of boredom, honestly, and they don't have anything else to do with their time. So he is giving them an option to go out and do that. And real quick, V Brown says he's also part of an awesome podcast called A Quick 15 Network, A_Quick 15 Network. So y'all can go there and follow them on IG. Please show him some love. Show his podcast some love. And once again, those are our sponsors. Okay? I love sponsors. Sponsors are just amazing. And guess what? They get a chance to highlight their item on their service, their product on my show. And, I'm able to share with you guys. I'm able to share with you guys so that y'all are able to know about all these amazing products and services that they offer, right? So that takes me into my last segment, which means I'm getting sad because that means I'm about to go soon. But I want to share this financial tip with you guys. I'm super excited about it. Let me just preface this with, I'm not telling somebody get life insurance, don't get life insurance. What I'm saying is if you're going to get life insurance, please, please, please don't forget to add a child rider. And this is why. Okay, so a lot of times when I sit down with people who have children and they want to get themselves covered, because of course they want to look out for their family and everything like that, and that's the responsible thing to do. I say, okay, well, let's add the child rider. And they say, well, my kids are going to get the money from after I pass. And I said, that's not what the child rider is. So let me just explain to you what a child rider is. A child rider is whenever you cover yourself, you're also covering your kids. So they're covered for a certain amount, be it 25,000, 30,000, 40,000. So in the case that you lose your child, which we don't look forward to burying our children, but if it ever comes to that, you have the funds available to do so. Now, a lot of people get hung up on the fact that, oh, I don't want to get it because that's pretty much putting a death sentence on my kids. But wait a minute, you're getting life insurance on yourself, so is that putting like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, is that putting a bounty on your head because you're getting life insurance for yourself? No, it's not. It's being preventive, proactive instead of reactive. We don't want to say at the last minute, oh man, I gotta get all this money up to take care of this, that, and the third. Now, as much as we don't like to acknowledge it, there are children that unfortunately pass away, and we don't want to think about our children passing away, but it can happen, and we want to be prepared in the event of that. But another good thing of getting a child rider with the company that I work with is that they're covered up until 25 years old. All right. When they turn 25 years old, they are able to get a policy of their own 5 times the amount without getting a health check. So let me tell you how important that is. Let's say that in the course of a child going through the motions and growing up and everything like that, is this one young lady that her parents decided when she was a baby to have her covered under a child rider. And when she became 21, she found out she had cancer. All right. Now, the young lady is still alive. She's still alive. She's in remission. She said, well, when she turns 25, because she was already covered under the company, she was able to get 5 times the amount that they originally covered her for without getting a health check. That means they didn't have to consider any of her health history or anything like that. And she was able to get covered for more, which if you're going in, if you're 25 years old and you're not already covered and you have a history of cancer or anything like that, even if you're in remission, the companies are going to see you as a risk, and they're going to say they're going to make a decision whether they want to cover you or not. A lot of companies are not going to take that risk, because what insurance is transferring the risk from you, the insurer, to the company to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of, right? And you just pay a monthly premium or a monthly payment every month to keep that insurance in effect, right? So when you transfer the risk, a lot of companies, like I said, don't want to take the risk if they already know you have a questionable health history. Now, when you have a child rider for a child and they turn 25, now they can get up to 5 times the amount. My goal, because you will cover your kids under our plan up to $50,000 on a child rider, which is amazing, because when they turn 25, they can get up to $250,000 in coverage without having to get a health check. Listen to me. When I tell you that is a load off of their shoulders when they get older, and let's say they turn 25, 26, and they have children, they already are covered. All they have to do is add their child on their plan. And because they're already covered through the child rider, guess what? They pay a discounted rate over someone who's just getting a policy at 25. So since they've already been covered with the company, let's say it was $16 for them to be covered with $25,000 coverage, and then they decide to get 5 times the amount, which is $125,000. So they're paying like a good $32. But somebody just coming in that is 25 that wants to get covered, they might have to pay $40. So they just save money because you did the right thing as a parent and made sure that they was covered when they was a child. Another great thing with the child rider is not only that, but when when the primary insured, which is the parent, passes away, the kid's child rider is paid off up until the child is 25 years old. So the child never has to worry about not being covered up until the age of 25. And we do our due diligence and make sure that we reach out to that child and let them know, hey, when you turn 25, we want to put you in a policy of your own, and this is how much it would cost. Now, it's up to them if they want to make the decision whether they want to get a policy or not. But at least they're not paying a whole lot out of pocket, and we're able to cover them for a substantial amount. Another thing is, and another thing with our child rider is, this is the one thing that I love so much, and this is usually the first thing that I mention, is that you pay for one child, and you can add as many as you want for free. Wait a minute, what? You pay for one child, and you can add as many as you want for free as long as they are living under your roof. So that means if you're a grandparent and you have grandchildren that live in your home, you can cover them as well. If you're nieces, nephews, you can cover them as well as long as they're living under your roof. So you want to do that. You want to make sure that you put that child rider in place. Put it in place. It's not that hard. First of all, we got to get you covered. Okay? We got to make sure that you're straight and your family is straight for years to come. Because we want to make sure that we get people on the path towards generational wealth, not generational debt, right? So by doing that, you get them on a good start when you pass away, because it's not a question of if, it's when. Okay, you can have that money, that coverage to take care of your family from here on out. And like I said, when the primary insured passes away, that child rider does not go away. That child rider through our company is paid up until that child is 25 years old. So that child never has to worry about, oh, I don't have any insurance or this, that, and the third. It's a great decision. It is a smart decision, like V. Brown said. You want to do it, and you want to say, instead of a GoFundMe, you have the funds available to take care of what you need to take care of, okay? So I'm not telling you to go out and get insurance or not get insurance. I'm not telling you that, because you are grown and you know if you need it or not. And I'm not necessarily saying come to me and get it. You know, I can help you arrive at a good decision of what kind of insurance to get, or you know, I can give you information and educate you on it. That way you can make an informed decision on the type of insurance you want to get. But what I am saying is that it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And when that happens, you want to make sure that your family is covered, okay? So this financial tip is definitely about the child rider. If you have children and you're getting covered yourself, make sure you add a child rider. And if the company is not offering a child rider, but they're saying instead get a whole nother policy for your child, this is a little bit of a red flag to me. But hey, you do what you want to do with your money. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up, because I have a lot more information to give you. I don't have a lot of time on my show to do that, but definitely if you need any of that information, feel free to hit me up here on Lashia Star, or you can hit me up on my financial coach page, which is KS Legacy Building LLC 1. So you can go on there and you can get more information. I have other information like financial tips and also financial concepts that are on there that I post. So go on there and check it out. All right? Get that information. I'm not saying buy anything. I'm not saying put it in, but open your mind to learn something new. All right, guys? And with that, that takes me back to my sponsors before I close out the night. We have Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. All right, when you're ready to get that project started, mention Think Different TV. You get 15% off. Just call the number 609-534-0237 and get that project started today. All right, you need a website? give him a call. If you need a flyer creator for a podcast or for an event coming up, hit him up. He is very reasonable, and guess what? His designs are all the chain. So make sure you hit up Anointed Ads today. Like him on Facebook, follow him on Instagram, check out his website at www.anointedads.com. Our other sponsor is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. So good. Let me take a swig right now so y'all can. So refreshing, okay? Euphoria Water. Gotta check them out. Euphoria Water right here on IG. Make sure you check him out and get that water. Place that order today. Hydrate the right way, okay? And then our last sponsor is All Money Shots. He has an amazing campaign called Shoot Cameras Not Guns, and he was just recently featured on a news segment, and I have it on my page, so if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. He is an amazing videographer, photographer. He does virtual photo shoots. Check the guy out. That's All Money Shots. Or you can check out his campaign, Shoot Cameras Not Guns, CMP. That's on IG as well. He's getting kids off the streets and teaching them a skill so that they know how to do videography, photography, and give them something productive to do instead of being out in these streets, okay? So with that, that closes my show out. I appreciate all of you for coming on. I appreciate you, B Brown, for joining today. He was our independent artist spotlight. Go out there, check out his song, Somebody Else, his video for Somebody Else. And he has an album out, y'all, so check out that album. Go to his link tree on his page and Spotify, iTunes, all of those places. Listen to your boy, follow him on IG. Show him some love. Support these artists. Support these small businesses. Get out there and show everybody love. 2022 should be about showing people love. Okay? Stop being stingy. Stop being stingy. Stop saying, oh, because they ahead and I'm still here. You're not showing us. Stop having that crabs in the barrel mentality, because we don't need it right now. We need to be uplifting each other. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to keep pushing people up. That's what we need to do. And, guys, that concludes the show. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I'll see you next Monday when we start a new month, February. The love month, the Black History Month. Everything about it is wonderful. February is wonderful. And it will be my 6th show. Crazy. So, see you later, guys. Bye.